Hello everyone, welcome back to Brazil. Today could be the day, and just as easily it might not be, because our fate is not yet completely in our hands. Today, if Sao Paulo lose and we win, we could become champions of Brazil for a second year in a row, and then straight after that we have a match against Fluminense, and that will be interesting to say the least. Let's have a quick look. And sorry, not Fluminense. What am I talking about? Flamengo. So we have the league game today, which could cement our fate as league winners, and then tomorrow we'll have the game against Flamengo, which could see us get to the final of the Copa Libertadores, which could be very good times for all of us. Now let's have a look at who's going to be playing in this league game today, and already we can see we're going to have a couple of issues in midfield and defence, but not too bad. Shall we go with Patrick? Why not? Patrick, always good for a game. And then up front, I feel like Lopez can have a day off and Rafinha can come in for him. And defensively, I think it's important that Schurz is at 100% for the game against Flamengo tomorrow. So he's going to drop to the bench in favour of Nicolas Otamendi. And that's going to do it. That is our lineup for today. Guerrero is restored to the starting lineup. We're playing against an Atletico Mineiro side who have definitely turned up to not lose, playing a 4-5-1 formation with a deep-lying midfielder in Neto behind a pretty combative midfield pairing of Elias and Gustavo. It's going to be a hard game for us, I think, but it's going to be a pretty good one also. So let's kick off, let's get this going. Enough jibber jabbering, fool. Let's get on with it. Let's see if we can get the 3 points on the board and then see what happened to Sao Paulo and whether or not we are crowned champions today. 6 games left in the Championship League season. We've already played 32. This is game day 33. That, of course, means that there are a maximum of 18 points to play for. We are 18 points. Oh, how many points clear are we? I think we're 15 points clear of our nearest rival. So even if we win and they lose today, it doesn't necessarily guarantee the championship, but our goal difference is so much better than the second place Sao Paulo that it would be hard to believe that they could overhaul us that drastically. But anyway, let's concentrate on the here and now, and the here is at the home stadium, and the now, well, it's right now. I don't know what else to say there. I've tied myself up with my own words. I've hoisted myself by my own petard, so to speak. So here we go. Mineiro off to a flying start. They've won the ball and they're pushing forward immediately. Mailton does his best to arrest the progress down the right-hand side, and he does succeed in forcing them to switch play over to their right, our left. And now they're trying centrally before moving back out to the right again. Mailton going to try and do his best to hem them in, doesn't quite manage it. Iago heads the ball out as far as Neto. Here's Elias, and a free kick is given on the edge of the area. A rash challenge from Patrick, and this could be an early portent of doom for this interside. Remember, not only are they playing to win the championship, but they're trying to avoid defeat, because we are, at this point in the season, 32 games in, still invincible. Of course, now that I've said that, we are absolutely certain to go down to defeat today, eh? Good block by the wall. They come out immediately trying to close down. Gustavo Blanco loses the ball, but he regains it in the penalty area. Mailton misses the challenge, and it's eventually cleared by the defender into touch for a Mineiro throw-in. Here's Hulk. Throws it over the head of Mailton. Blanco has it centrally, moves it back out to the left-hand side. Hulk now looking to try and get a cross in, but Melton's on him like a rash. He gets the ball to Elias, across to Blanco. Iago wins the ball. The referee says get up, that's not a foul, and away he comes. He's flying down the wing here. Into Hulimar. Velasco. No luck for Velasco. We know he likes a hit from that kind of distance. And now Oliveira comes away with the ball, but only as far as Patrick, who immediately wins it back. Oh, that's a lovely back heel, but no can do as far as the finish is concerned. Blanco gives it away. Oh, that's a wasted effort there from, I think, Rodriguez. Rush of blood to the head, and he went for glory. Unfortunately, the shot was never on. Ball inside to Luan, who absolutely did me over in my Football Manager save the other day, I have to say. Absolutely. I think we ended up losing 5-0 to Chelsea, who he's signed for in that particular save. And he scored 2 of them himself. Set up another one. Here we go. Iago bringing the ball forward. He's kind of running short on options. Into Velasco. Still Velasco. Into the hands of Hurik. Sounds like a cat bringing up a fur ball. Iago tries to win the header, can't quite manage it. Velasco can't get to the second ball. They've done very well here. Adamov on the right wing. He's going to look to get the ball in with his cross. Only gets as far as Velasco. Luan picks up the loose ball though. It's back to Luan, his chance. And Romero clutches it to his chest quite happily before throwing it out to Melton at right back, who brings the ball forward again. That's a nice ball forward to Guerrero. Into Velasco, out to Iago on the wing here. Plays it into Hulimar. Can't hang on to the ball, however, and Rodriguez manages to tidy things up with a header. Here's Patrick. Melton tries to beat the man with pace. Gets around him. Comes back on him, Luan. Here's Patrick. From distance, and once again found lacking in accuracy. Inter have been a little bit toothless in the last couple of games. It's a slight concern going into the second leg of the semi-finals of the Libertadores tomorrow. They'll want to get themselves back onto top form by then. Here's Melton on the ball. Switches play beautifully out to Iago on the left. Velasco. Back to Iago. Into Hulimar. Tries to find Guerrero with the reverse ball. Can't manage it. Here's Rafinha. And he manages to win a throw-in. Oh, it's a lovely first time cross by Rafinha, but unfortunately nobody at the near post. The way he caught it, it ended up really with a wicked curl. Patrick. Into Guerrero. Oh, he's tried one from way out. Oh my word, what a strike by Guerrero! Fully 25 to 30 yards away from goal. He looked at his options and he thought, sod it, I might as well have a shot. And what a shot it was. It flew past the goalkeeper. My goodness me. Take a bow, son. Simple ball by Patrick. I don't know if he'll get an assist for that. But Guerrero just shifts the ball to one side and then lets fly. Goalkeeper will probably think he could have done better, especially on viewing the replay. My word, that is an excellent strike from an excellent centre forward. And if a championship could be won on a single goal, well, I think that's worthy of it. Ball played in. Romero picks it up easily before rolling it back out to Melton. And there's the whistle for half-time. Mineiro couldn't have conceded at a worse time in the match. As for Inter, they couldn't have scored at a better time. At half-time here, it's Inter 1, Mineiro 0. Patrick only rated at 67 here. If I dropped him into a central midfield role, he would improve by a score of 5. But I feel like he's doing a good job in attacking midfield. Maybe we just drop him back slightly. We're going to continue with him as he is. It's a shame that he's not rated to play as an attacking midfielder as highly as all that, but I think he's capable of doing the job. We've seen plenty of times before he's more than capable of doing that job, and he has the tackling ability that makes him such a valuable part of this team, if only as a bench player. Rodriguez very quickly getting in and amongst it, I should say. Velasco nods it to Guerrero, back heel to Rafinha. Knocked over the top for Hulimar. He's controlled it well. He can't get it past Roberto, though, who snaps it off of his toes. Plays it to Canizares, and immediately Mineiro back in possession. Although they've squandered it somewhat by playing it back to their defence. They're not a team that like to hit on the break, it seems. They prefer to control the ball. Control the possession. Hulk down the left wing. He could get a dangerous looking cross in here. Instead, he manages to get a corner. Charles follows the man and manages to take it off of his toes. Plays it through to Rafinha, who's got space ahead of him, and he runs into it. That's a poor pass by Rafinha, though, and he knows it. He'll be apologising to his teammates, especially if Mineiro score off the back of this. And there's a possibility that they could do, because here's Blanco. Cazares. And Inter eventually managed to get away with it. Through ball to Rafinha. He's through on goal here. Off the post. He'll be asking himself why he didn't think about going across the goalkeeper. But for what it's worth, I think he made the right choice. Only denied by the woodwork. And now a corner for Inter, taken by Velasco. It'll be an outswinger. He puts a lot of pepper on that one. Rafinha rises to meet it, but can't quite get his header on there. Now Iago is on the ball. Lays it off to Patrick, who gives it back to him. There's nobody. Oh dear, Iago's lost the ball here, and this could be trouble for Inter. Except for the fact that Mineiro, once again, do not like to hit on the break, and as a result, have really wasted an opportunity to break into space. Melton looks to close down the distance to Luan. Crossfield ball, Iago is on it, and he wins it with a really, really good header. Unfortunately, it falls to the feet of a Mineiro player, and now they have it on the edge of the areas. Could be dangerous for Inter, and the free kick is awarded, but to Inter rather than to Mineiro. And of course, Inter now with the lead don't necessarily need to rush things if they don't want to. Oh, that's beautiful. What a goal. Brilliant piece of passing and moving by Inter. Finished off by their talismanic striker. A creative finish. He was on the stretch, but he managed to get it on target. And with enough power to get it past the goalkeeper, and it's 2-0 here. And Inter are well on the way to another 3 points and potentially a championship. Casares back to Adamov. Roberto spreads the play out wide. Melton's going to be beaten to it by Luan. That's a fantastic move. Great pass, good spread of play, and here it comes into the box. Otamendi underneath it. It beats both him and the striker and goes behind for a goal kick. And now it looks as though some changes are going to be made, and Patrick is coming off. In his place, Edenilson. And who else? I think maybe Antunes will get another chance. Despite his cock-up last time out, he is normally a reliable attacking player. And we'll leave the last change for a couple of minutes' time, just in case somebody pulls up. And we're going to go long, which is an unusual tactic for Inter, but it pays off this time. Oh, it's a bad pass by Velasco. He almost read that pass. He slid in to try and intercept it. That's good by Iago, and he plays it forward to Hulimar. And Hulimar sees the run of Guerrero, but he can't quite find the pass. Oliveira tried to swing a ball out to Casares, but he couldn't quite get his foot around the ball, and as a result it goes out for a goal kick. It looks as though Inter are going with this long ball again. I tell you what, Guerrero is very good at winning these balls high up the pitch, and maybe that is a tactic that we could see them employ a little bit more often. They do like to play the ball out from the back, but if you can get it up that high up the pitch that quickly and with that kind of reliability, then it would be silly not to try it again and again. Here's Guerrero, who's beaten one man across the field. He tried to get it to Hulimar. Here's Rafinha, and it's free. Rafinha with his first goal of the game. It wasn't exactly what Guerrero had intended to begin with. It seemed to everyone here that he was trying to cut it back for Hulimar. But in the end, Rafinha found the ball at his feet and just about managed to get it over the head of the goalkeeper. Again, I think that this is one of those occasions where the goalkeeper is going to look at the replay and he's not going to be happy with himself. I think that was reachable. But Inter don't care. They're 3-0 up. And with 86 minutes on the clock, I don't know if we're going to get another stoppage. But we will swap over Guerrero for Trellis. Well, Mineiro did very, very well for all of 45 minutes. They frustrated the champions-elect. But eventually they conceded the first goal, and after that it was all downhill for them, really. Here's Guerrero. I think he's going to get to this first. No, just beaten out by the defender. Good defending. And they play the ball down the right-hand side now. That's possibly a foul by Rodriguez. Yes, it is. The referee is going to call that one back, and he's going to have a word with the midfielder here. Just going to tell him to calm it down. There's only extra time to go. I don't want to send you off, but I will if I have to. You can tell by his body language he's saying another one of those and I will book you. So Mineiro with a free kick. This could be a little bit dangerous if they can find the right delivery. But predictably they don't. They play it short instead. And now here's Elias, edge of the area. Spreads it out for Appiah on the left hand side, who's going to look to try and find a cross into the box. Maybe? No. Velasco dispossesses him. And that is the end of the game. Internacional 3, Atletico Mineiro 0. And we're getting word from the other game in the league that indeed there is no championship confirmation for Inter today. They will have to wait until the next league game to confirm their champion position. But here are the stats, and you can actually see Monero with more of the ball than Inter, but unfortunately they didn't really do anything with it. 9 shots for Inter, 6 of those on target, 3 of them finding the back of the onion bag. Mora will be having some words with his players tonight, no doubt about it. With 2 goals to his name, Guerrero is named man of the match. Rafinha gets a 7 rating thanks to his late goal. Hulamar really harshly dealt with there, only given a 5.5. I think he probably deserved a little bit more. So there you can see Sao Paulo with a convincing 3-0 away win against Oeste, meaning that the championship celebrations of Inter have to be put on ice for one more match. With a 15-point gap and 5 games left to go, it looks as though Inter might not be able to win the championship quite yet. In fact, no, sorry, next match, if Sao Paulo drop a single point or Inter gain a single point in the next match, then the championship will belong to the boys in red. Of course, they'll be very, very aware of the fact that they can still go unbeaten in this league season, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes as things progress. It looks as though he's a little bit shaky today, the manager. He's, I think that's an animation glitch. But here we go. Come the final whistle in your next match, you could be crowned champions. How do you feel about it? Well, it's all about staying calm, isn't it? I think that's been shown by teams down the years, that they get to a certain point and then they start to bottle a little bit. So let's go with it's all about staying calm. Because it is. He's not wrong. There's no point putting pressure on yourself. So there we go. That is it for another episode. When we return tomorrow, it's going to be for the second leg of the semi-finals of the Copa Libertadores. Oh, and look at that. Guerrero has been called up to the national team as well. It's good to see him being recognised for his the things that he has contributed to this side. Okay, so that's going to do us for another episode. As I said, next time it's going to be Inter versus Flamengo for the right to represent Brazil in the final of the Copa Libertadores. Until then, thank you very much for watching. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.